one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show. Everyone, welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. I hope that you all are having a fantastic day. How are you, Shira, Destin, over there?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful as well. Hopefully you've had a chance to share it with your friends, to invite them in as well. If not, do it during one of our commercial breaks. But I am so excited to have you here today. Where are you located, Shira?
So I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia.
I was telling someone else recently that people in Atlanta, you just have a different aura about you. Is that typical? It's stereotypical in a great way, in my opinion, you know?
Yes, I believe so. I think because Atlanta is just so pure, and they said like Stone Mountain has a crystal in it. So I think that just draws out the best energy in you. So
okay. I never knew what the rationale was behind it, but everybody that says that they're like living in that Atlanta area, it's like you have a different, like, hey, like almost like the Spider-Man movie, like, oh, people, like, oh, okay. Anyway, it's a good thing. It's a real good thing. Listen, everybody, grab your virtual seats, and we are excited because we're going to be talking everything business. She talks business today. Shira Destin is here, and she's going to be talking to us about how she went from being in a whole different industry to becoming an entrepreneur. And so I cannot wait for you all to ask any questions that you may have as well. Let me go ahead and tell you about this beautiful young lady that's here from an Atlanta, Georgia area. She went from nursing and had been in the healthcare field for quite a few years. I'll let her tell you her journey and her backstory. And she transitioned to become a full-time entrepreneur, and now is operating a medical staffing agency. So I'm so glad to have you with us today, Shira Destin. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you for having me.
And listen, for those that are coming in visiting, let me see who you are. I see you look awesome, Shira. The incredibly inspired by Sherelle says.
Thank you, Tracy.
All right. And then I see you too, Dennis Braggins as well. Glad to have you here today. So listen, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's episode. And you all invite your friends, tag people, let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show is here. If you all are interested in being one of our online supporters, we'll give shout outs to you as well. Scrolling below are ways that you can support the Kim Jacobs Show. And make sure you all take a moment throughout the day to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Kim Jacobs Show, right on YouTube, as well as like and follow us on Facebook. And you can do that at The Kim Jacobs Show. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back and start hearing from Shira Destin. I want you to tell us your backstory a little bit. What's going on in your life? What were you passionate about as a younger person that ultimately sent you into the field of nursing? We'll be right back, everybody, right after this commercial break.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
Back, and we're talking with Shira Destin today, and she's talking business. Shira, take us back on your journey. Where did it all begin for you?
So it all began in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. That's where I was born. I'm not gonna say how many years ago, but so
Okay. Well, you look
I came,
gorgeous.
thank you. So I came from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and at the age of 12, I lost my dad. So he passed away due to hypertension. He had a stroke.
Oh,
So, with that loss in high school, someone recommended that I become a nurse. And I was like, no, because I was still contemplating what I wanted to go to college for. So I was
right.
still conflicted. But then I eventually went out and became a nurse. And that's
Okay.
how I got introduced to nursing. And I feel like it's just my life purpose. It's truly a passion, and I think I was meant to be in the healthcare field because
Wow.
just like giving to patients and just being in the presence and nurturing and healing others is just a blessing. So that's how I started off in the healthcare field.
Interesting. So you really feel like it was almost, even though somebody dropped it in your spirit, it was more of a calling for you once you started working in that field.
Yes, it was truly destined.
Excellent. Now, let me ask, with it being because you being in the nursing field for so long, you were in the field for about 12 years, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
And once you're a nurse, right? So it doesn't is that you don't just lose becoming a nurse. Once you're a nurse for life, right?
Yes. Well, so I
How does it work?
transitioned. So I was in the healthcare field for over 12 years. I started off as a certified nursing assistant and worked my way up the ladder. So I went from certified nursing assistant to phlebotomist to ER tech and then became a nurse. So my whole life story has been in the healthcare field.
Wow. Okay, so girl, you know what? Already I hear so many different angles and teaching points because here you are, you came here to the United States to here because your dad passed away, right?
No, so I moved to the United States about 6 years ago. So he passed away.
Oh,
Yeah. Mhm.
okay. So there's a lot of space then that we okay. So you stayed there, you became a nurse, and you worked in that field in your hometown.
Yes. And I moved here about 6 years ago.
Okay, okay. So you all ask your own questions too. I'm just here having a conversation as if I'm sitting on that sofa back there and I'm talking with Shira, just so I get an understanding of what's happening, right? So when you started in the nursing field and you felt like this was a calling of yours, was it easy to break into that industry, or was that something that took a certain amount of grit and grind for you?
It's something I just slid into and it seems so natural.
Okay.
From the time I was a CNA, everything just flowed so perfectly and smoothly. And I it's truly destiny because I can't see myself doing anything outside of the healthcare field.
Excellent. So, what advice do you give to people that are trying to find their way and trying to determine what their purpose and what their passion may be? What advice do you give to these viewers that might be in that process of discovering some things that will be of interest to them?
So I would say just go with what you naturally are good at. What are you naturally called to? Sometimes when we ask ourselves, what is our purpose? We ultimately try to make it bigger than it really is. So truly your purpose is something that you just flow into naturally. It shouldn't be any resistance. It should be the easiest thing on earth.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay. So like now that's a philosophy. I don't necessarily share in that philosophy because I think some things are challenging, but do do you just still give up because it wasn't easy and everything wasn't paved as a yellow brick road type of thing, or do you press through? So That's the beauty of having two different people share our thoughts and our philosophy. So Shira's philosophy is it should be smooth, it should be easy, it should be no resistance, it should be something that you kind of slide into. That is Shira Destin's philosophy. So me, Kim Jacobs, my philosophy is if it's hard, then do it hard. If, like Les Brown says, if it's a challenge, then meet the challenge and figure out how, if whatever God has for you, he has it for you. And I do agree with you on that, Shira, that if God has that for you, then it should be something that should at the end of the day work out some kind of way favorably for you, because God said it's for you and he provides that good thing. So I share in that regard. I think that's what you're saying too, right?
Yeah, but I mean, there are challenges. So you
Right.
will face some challenges, but ultimately, so for example, so say for instance, someone is going to a 9 to 5 and they're truly unhappy and they're
Good.
forcing themselves to do the thing that they know that is not their calling. Whereas they probably have like a side hustle that they do so gracefully,
I
even
knew
though
that's
they
what you were talking about.
even though they have challenging days. Those challenges are just obstacles, because once they break that challenge, they know moving forward what not to do. So I think just differentiating the two.
Yeah, we're saying the same. I think so. Shira and Kim, we share the same philosophies, which is
Yeah.
that basically make sure you're doing what you're called to do and make sure that you're doing what God has purposed you to do so that you're not feeling like it's such drudgery or hardship or, oh, that's what I think I'm hearing you say, right, Shira?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, okay. I'm saying it in my own way, but so my opinion isn't. I'm not trying to force my opinion on you, but I think we share in similar schools of thought, which
Yes.
is
Yeah.
do what God has created you to do, and then you'll feel like, oh, I can breathe again
Hmm.
because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and it's not a difficult challenge for me to do what I'm purposed to do. So in business, I love that philosophy that you pick something that you're passionate about, pick something that you love, and hopefully it'll be an easier undertaking for you. Good,
Hmm.
good. All right. Listen, we're talking to Shira Destin and her. Tell people how they can stay connected with you right from the beginning.
So you can follow me on Instagram at She Talks Business. Also, check out my website, www.shetalksbusiness.org, to get more information.
Yes, shetalksbusiness.org and she underscore talks underscore business on Instagram for those that are the podcast listeners. So let's see. I see a lot of comments already flowing in. So let's take some of these virtual studio audience comments. Mackenzie, pop those up. Mackenzie's working with me backstage. If you hear me name someone that's not on the screen here. All right, talk to us and show us some of these comments. Dennis Spraggan says, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Pass says, hi, glad to have you, Pastor Moses. Great day, Ricky Blake says, glad to see you. Leah says that she's from Trinidad.
Hey, a fellow islander.
All right, all right. Right on, Lloyd says. Let's see, Melvin J. Best, and I am from Liberia. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. I don't know the translation of your name, but I'm so glad to have you. All right, you said hi. Hi, Ing says. Glad to see you, Ing. Wow, great information already. Okay, great, great. Cool Gamer says hello. You are so essential to changing the world. That's
Thank you.
what you are. You know what? I want to stop. Great afternoon. One of the Facebook users said, let's stop there for a minute. Being in nursing specifically, when I agree with Dennis in this regard that all nurses, all medical professionals are essential to changing the world. Do you feel like with the COVID pandemic happening that you became a necessity, you more valuable in your role? If so, talk to us about that.
Yes. So during the pandemic, that's when I really had a realization that nurses are really essential.
Yes.
And nurses are taken for granted of what they do and what they have to offer. And
Mhm.
that's why I made the transition, because I was in the last trimester of pregnancy when I was working on the floor during the whole lockdown and everything. And just seeing how we were just pushed out there without a landing space or without protection. I found it, I felt the need to help other nurses and treat them how they were supposed to be treated and
Yes.
value their worth. So that's why I transitioned into medical staffing, just by being that change in the community and nurturing the nurses, paying them their worth, and just
Mm.
hearing them out. I thought that
Okay.
I thought that was truly something of my calling to do.
I am so grateful for your calling because a lot of people are automatically just in any job, not just in nursing, but in lots of jobs, people are taken for granted or not appreciated in different things. But for you to start an agency that really speaks to understanding, because you actually have, you've come from that, you came from that situation. So you can totally relate when they say, we're not appreciated, we're not valued, we're not needed, or we're only needed when we're needed, or whatever the case may be. You stepped in and said, I'm one of you,
Mhm.
and I'm
Yeah.
going to change that for you. So your agency does what for medical professionals?
So we supply nurses to healthcare facilities.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And it's called She Talks Business, everyone. She Talks Business. And yes, thank you so much, Dennis, for your comment. It's very sparked some good conversation. Keep your comments coming. Let us see some more of your comments right quick so we can give Shira a chance to acknowledge you. Great afternoon to you as well. Glad to see you. Any other comments? When it's natural, that's it. So when it's a natural fit, that's it. That's a good slogan right there. Hey,
Yes.
hey. Okay, good morning from Jacksonville, Florida. Edwina said, glad to have you, Edwina. Passion, purpose. Great comment. Another great show with the amazing Kim Jacobs. Thank you, the amazing Dr. Lotus Rashay from the Lotus Rashay Ignite Show. News you can use and all kinds of books that boom your business. If you are an author and you have a book that you know would boom your business, make sure you check out Dr. Lotus Rashay. And I'm actually going to share with you all one of the books. Once I do this, my mic changes, so but maybe I won't do it right now. I'll do it in a little bit because my mic actually changes. But I'll share with you all one of the books that I have as well. And if you have any books as well, feel free, sure, to share any materials that you have, whether it's a book or a course or anything. So thank you so much. You're doing it naturally. It will be tough some days, though. This is a Facebook user said. You agree?
Yes, definitely.
So it's the same, just said differently. Yes, we're saying the same thing. Vanessa just said differently. Yes. All right. Get it done with due diligence. So what makes your agency different than other staffing agencies that are out there?
So I think just having that one-on-one communication with the employees as well as the facilities, because my nurses, they actually call me and sometimes we are on the phone for like an hour. So I'm just listening to them vent and just understanding them and giving them that security. Because sometimes people just want someone to listen.
Yes.
And I think we don't get that in the bigger corporations. We have to go through a lot of management, and they don't really take heed of your feelings. So just by listening to my employees vent and just release everything, I feel that's just truly a blessing for
That is
them.
a blessing. That is a blessing. And there are some companies that take great pride in listening to their employees and hearing them, and they provide like for working mothers, and they're in different parenting magazines and things. So there are a lot of different types of companies that have a certain kind of company culture that they've created. But I love the fact that you're saying from your company perspective that you take the time to talk to your employees. You listen to them vent, you hear what they're going through, and you embrace it and try to find a solution for them. So She Talks Business is who is here today. Shira Destin, and she's talking to us about how she transitioned from nursing to become a full-time entrepreneur. So when we come back after this commercial break, we're going to hear what that transition was like, because there are a lot of people that have decided to actually, well, I'm going to look at that statistic again, but there are so many people that have decided to become an entrepreneur. I talked about that the other day and cited the source. And you are one of those people that decided to do that when the pandemic hit. When we come back, tell us, how do you recommend transitioning from full-time employment to entrepreneurship? And everyone, will be back right after this commercial break. We'll be back. Wow.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right, everyone, we're back, and we are talking with Shira Destin. And actually, when we took the commercial break, I was looking up a statistic. There are approximately 31 million entrepreneurs here in the United States alone. And then there are all kinds of statistics that we can share with you, but that's one of the ones that I thought would be profound to share. And some of the information we're getting is from a poll, apollatechnical.com, entrepreneur statistics. And that's just phenomenal. And yeah, 31 million entrepreneurs. And so many businesses were started during the pandemic. So talk to us from your perspective. Why did you transition to entrepreneurship, and what advice do you give those that are in that process?
So naturally, I was a natural born leader. I had courage. And I noticed that when I was in corporate America, I was placed in a box. I could not express my creativity. I could not go against the company's culture because that's their culture. So ultimately, I had to have faith. Faith is huge when transitioning. I had to pray and ask God, just show me a way. If this is the right way for me, just give me a sign that this is the right way for me. So once I prayed, the next day, the company provided me with the ultimatum. Either
Oh,
either
so
I'll be
literally, wait. You said a prayer. You were like, God, show me a way, show me the direction. And then the very next day, you were all, so God was kind of preparing you, in your opinion, for what was to come. That's,
yeah.
you know what? We're very similar, for real, sure, because that happens to me. God gives me like a sign, or in my thoughts, or a dream, or a vision, that I'm warning you, I'm foretelling, I'm telling you that this is about to go down. And I'm
Mhm.
like, wait, what's happening? I didn't know that, so go ahead.
Yeah,
Wow.
so when you pray, be prepared to receive what God has planned for you, because it's not going to be in the way you expect it to. So the next day, I was caught off guard because the company brought a few of us in, because I was in a virtual position at that time. And they hit us with an ultimatum. Either we go back and work on the floor, or we get laid off. So I was like, thank you, God. For at first, I was kind of taken back. I was kind of upset, going through those emotions. But then I had to tell myself, this is what you prayed for. So this is the sign that God gave you. So now is the time to take it. So I had to flow in that energy and have the courage to say, you know what? I'm not going back. That's it. I am going to go on this new journey.
Okay, so your journey was kind of like a forced journey. It's like, sink or swim, go. You pushed out there, get going, do or die, ride or die, do the type of thing. That's what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah. So I literally jumped off the plane, but God catch me, because a week after leaving the job, I got my first contract for my business.
Booyah!
Just by having faith. And just by moving with the energy of God, you will be surprised how he just makes everything turn around.
Wow. Okay. So you transitioned, you stepped off the plane. A week later, you end up getting your first contract. And what did you have to have in place as an entrepreneur for that first contract to become a reality? Because people don't just step off of a plane and whoop, voila, it's there. What happened?
So I was preparing prior.
Okay.
So I went through mentorship, and I was just about to launch the business.
Okay.
Yes.
So you went through mentorship and you were just about to launch the business. So
Mhm.
mentorship is another key component. Mentorship is necessary. I love this. And these are points, these are all points that Shira is sharing here today. But in addition to that, I had Cassandra, one of our team members. She actually put 5 tips for making a career change to full-time entrepreneur. And that is one of the points. The 5th point was find a mentor, even if you have to pay one. And it's usually the easiest way, according to this statistics of skillsyouneed.com, career change to entrepreneurship. It avoids roadblocks that you could learn because someone else has already made those mistakes. How do you feel about that, Shira?
Yes, I truly, mentorship is definitely essential in success because it helps you to avoid those traps like you was talking about. But I have to say this key that my mentor Les Brown always says. He says, be prepared so you don't have to get prepared. So I was preparing during those months to make that transition. So when I finally prayed and asked God to show me which way am I supposed to go, he showed me, and I followed that path. So be
That's
prepared. If you know you want to start a new business, start small. That those small increment steps will go a long way.
That's so good. Make sure you all are taking the necessary steps as you're preparing to start a business. Get a mentor. You're hearing this right from Shira. Get a mentor. Make sure that you are prepared and that you've been already doing the research and understanding what field of interest you're into going into so that you're not just starting from scratch when you step off the plane. Then it's not going to happen in a week like that if if you haven't done some due diligence from before. Put some of the virtual studio audience comments up again, Mackenzie. I see quite a few that's popped in. Let's see. Let's see some of your comments and see what you all are saying. Shira, you might want to address some of these as well. Good morning to you, Mom. This is my mom. Shira.
Morning.
All right, let's see others. But when you're walking in your purpose, you are more than willing to go through the struggle,
That's
Tony
true.
said.
Mhm.
So you're willing to kind of do what it takes. Is that what you were finding yourself doing?
Yes, yes. And every obstacle, I am excited for the obstacles because once I overcome it, I know that's a stepping stone to get to where I need to go. So,
That's good. Okay, more comments. Let's see. Your purpose will come with pain, but the reward will be greater.
yeah,
Inspired by Shelley or Shellel. I don't know. Shell.
so
All right. Tony says it's always going to be challenges. Yes,
mm.
yes. Some of the more recent comments. Get it done with due diligence. Okay, keep them coming. Let's see. Other comments. Let me see if there are any questions or anything too. Obstacles are needed. I see that. Fine, thank you. Okay, people are talking to each other in the virtual studio audience. The government will actually pay for someone to go to school, then 250,000 for one to train others.
Oh, okay.
That's a great program. Please tell everybody more, Dennis. Okay. All right. All right. Lots of hugs, love, and everything. If you do love the broadcast, make sure that you take a moment and share the broadcast with people and let them know how they can be a part of the virtual studio audience so they get to hear what you're hearing today from our lovely guest, Shira Destin. And also, I encourage you all. Let's see, the pandemic was a bad time for many, but some people grew through it. It's the glass half full mentality that helped people to grow in the wilderness, not murmuring and complaining. Ian,
Yeah.
that's excellent. Excellent. Any thoughts on that? Did that happen for you?
Yes, that's exactly what happened to me. Instead of looking at life for all the negatives, once you transition and look at the positives, that's when you start to really see the benefits
That's
of
good.
things.
That's good. So, what was the most difficult part of you starting? Thank you, Ian, for that comment. What was the most difficult part of you starting your journey as an entrepreneur? Kings, I see you backstage. Do you have a question? If so, give me a thumbs up and we will pull you in. Do you want to come on the screen? If I don't see a thumbs up, then no, you don't want to come on the screen. You're just sitting backstage. Okay, enjoy the backstage. You're in the VIP section back there, Kings. Enjoy yourself. Okay. So sometimes people, I just put a link up. If you are interested in joining us to come onto the screen and ask a question, feel free to do so. Other than that, you're welcome to come on back there like Kings is doing and enjoy the backstage area. Okay. So listen, a lot of people have difficulty when they're starting an entrepreneurial journey. What was one of the more difficult challenges for yourself?
So the difficult challenges was I have a small baby and another I had a 10-year-old homeschooling. So I was being mother and business owner at the same time. So it was not easy, and just merging the two and balancing to make things work. I think that was a challenging part of the transition.
Okay, okay. So being a mother and a single mother and trying to figure out how to make it all work was a lot of challenges for you. What advice do you give single mothers that are looking to start an entrepreneurial journey? What made you get through?
I would definitely say have a community, have something external to your life of mother and business owner so you can fall back on. Like me, I'm a part of a lot of different accountability groups who keep me accountable, and we meet weekly just to make sure that we're meeting our goals and just having that fellowship and that community aspect.
Okay, a community aspect, fellowship, getting a community of people that want to support you on your entrepreneurial journey. This is some great advice from Shira Destin today, y'all. So you don't want to miss some of these nuggets that you can write down. Dr. Lotus Roche, who is actually here visiting with us today, she says that note takers are money makers. So make sure that you all are taking lots of notes and make sure that you are applying the information that's being shared here. I do encourage you all to pour into the Kim Jacobs Show, just like there's PBS and all kinds of different broadcast networks that require the community to be able to support their journey in order for it to stay in a thriving situation. These are some of the ways that you can support the Kim Jacobs Show. And again, we do not take it for granted. Even my mom pours into the Kim Jacobs Show. So thank you, Mom, for being one of our online contributors. I greatly appreciate you. Just because she's my mom does not mean that she has to pour into the Kim Jacobs Show, you know? So thank you. Thank you, Allison Skeet, who's always supported and poured into the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you, Kimberly Fallis. And thank you to lots of you all that pour in. I do not take it for granted. And so all of our sponsors, without you all, the show could not air every day. We have a team of people that make this possible. So please make sure you all support, and I definitely will give some shout outs to you all. Jay Nolan, who recently supported the Kim Jacobs Show as well financially. Thank you for your contribution. I'll say some of the names, but if you're one of those people, I'll go to my Cash App and I'll check it out and I'll give some shout outs to just say thank you. It's $ Kim Jacobs Inc. if you're sending a Cash App. Okay. All right, everybody. Listen, we're going to take another commercial break. And Shira, when we come back, how do people get involved with your agency? Is it a global agency or is it only to a specific area? Don't answer. When we come back, I want to hear that answer right after this commercial break. We'll be right back, everyone. All right, everyone, and we're back. We're talking with Shira Destin. She talks business. She transitioned from being in nursing and went to full-time entrepreneurship, starting an agency. She Talks Business. You can find out more about her agency at shetalksbusiness.org. And you can also stay connected with her on Instagram at she_talks_business. You can also find her on Facebook as Shira, Sheera, for the podcast listeners. Destin, Shira Destin on Facebook. All right, we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time, with these wonderful guests. And we thank you, Shira, for being here today. Talk to us about the hardship. What did I ask you right before we left? Right, I think it was like
the agency. So
the agency. Okay, yeah, I was like, we already talked about the hardship. Okay, fast forward. Talk to us about your agency. If it's global, is it something that people can be a part of if they're nurses around the world?
Yes. So currently we are in Georgia and we just expanded to Texas.
Okay.
So the agency name is Destin's Choice Medical Staffing. So if you're looking for employment, you could go to www.destinschoice.com.
Okay, that's not on here right now, right? No. Okay.
No.
So wait a minute. What is it? Destin's?
Yeah, Destin's with an S, choice.com.
Okay. For the staff to be a part, to be considered, right?
Yes. So you can just fill out an application. And also, I am partnering with Fayette Medical Institute, in which I am training others to become certified nursing assistants. So if you would like to be a part, if you want an entry level into the healthcare field, this is a great way to come in. You can become a CNA in about 5 weeks.
Okay.
And you can immediately start working. So
you're training people how to be a CNA, and then they can, so you're going to train them, and then you're also going to help employ them.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Shira, that's incredible. So now let me ask, if there are people that may not be in the Georgia or the Texas area, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
In the Georgia or the Texas area, but they want to learn how to become a CNA regardless of where they are in the world. Is that a training that you can offer to them no matter where they are globally?
Yes. So we do have an online program. So add me on Facebook, send me a message so I can send over the information to everyone who's interested. So it's Shira Destin on Facebook. Just send me a message letting me know that you're interested in becoming a CNA, and I will provide that information to you.
This is awesome. And yes, that is awesome, Tony. I do agree with you. Make sure you all go to Destin's Choice, and make sure you fill out the application or specify what it is that you're interested in learning more about. Yes, that is a global service, Dejan, that says, is this global? Yes, that piece, the training is global. And somebody said, hey, okay, so wait a minute. Alia is talking to Sandra Perry in the other part of the studio audience of the Kim Jacobs Show. And she's like, girl, have a great day. I love South Georgia. So wherever Alia lives, she's actually saying, I'm so glad to finally see you in the Kim Jacobs Show studio audience, girl. It is good to see you. All right. All right. All right. Much love. Much love. And, okay. So Alia, you girl, I hope you sitting with your whole group of girlfriends. Y'all got y'all tickets. And I am so excited that you all chose the Kim Jacobs Show to be a part of. Let me play a little bit of music for a second, just for a minute here. Because this right here, I think this is exactly my dream come true in the studio audience. Is when I get to see people fellowshipping with each other. And it's a joyous occasion. So thank you so much. Alia, you're making the Kim Jacobs Show what I want it to be. All right, let's see. Much love, much love. This is good advice. Good advice. Good advice, Edwina said. Great advice. All right, all right. Let's see. People want to know again how to support the Kim Jacobs Show. There you are. I see your questions. Okay. Obstacles are needed. Okay. All right. So that's fun. I like that. Can you hear that? All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's keep it moving. What other advice or feedback that you have for our viewers today, or things that you want people to take away from today's discussion? She Talks Business.
So I would say to just stand in faith and courage, whatever you're having a difficult time with, just step back and just say a little prayer and ask the provider for advice.
Ask the provider, whoever your higher source is. We
Mhm.
don't all believe in the same thing. Whatever you believe in, whoever you believe in, ask your higher source for direction. Okay. And I'm believing that you'll receive it if you truly believe that you're in connection with your higher source. When I ask my Lord and Savior for direction, I believe that I get answers every time. This morning, I was getting like a download of words and things that I should be sharing and saying to people that He's entrusted me with. And so
Yeah.
I'm excited about when I get these opportunities to.
And
Okay.
I think ultimately we look external of ourselves for the answers when all we really truly have to do is just quiet our minds so we can receive those downloads.
That's good. I think that is excellent advice because we're constantly in on mode, especially when you're talking about balancing life. When with me, I have children too. So when I get done with certain things, I have to do fishing with my son is an avid fisher. I have to do soccer. I have to do animation reviews and gardening, all kinds of hats that I'm wearing. I have two children that are in college. And no, parenting does not stop when your children become adults, okay? Because they still need advice. Well, mom, do you think this housing situation or this housing situation? This is saying I owe this for a class. What do you do? Can you help me? It's all kinds of tips and ideas and things that your children need from you as parents. It's just a lot. I'm really
Yeah.
glad that you are enjoying the show, Douglas, and very impressive. You said living in Kenya. Glad that you tuned in today to the Kim Jacobs Show. She Talks Business is who we're talking to today, Shira Destin. And I encourage you to stay connected with her at shetalksbusiness.org. Shetalksbusiness.org. Or make sure if you're interested in considering employment in the Georgia or the Texas area, destinschoice.com. All right. All right. Let's see. Today, this is a way side note, but today is also National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. Thank you, Cassandra, for telling us that. It's a whole silly thing. But at the end of the day, what kind of ice cream do you like?
I like Oreo.
Oreos. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Anybody else in the virtual studio audience with it being National Ice Cream Sandwich Day? What kind of ice cream do you like? I like Haagen Dazs.
Oh, okay, yeah. My mom.
Vanilla Haagen Dazs. I do like this custard from this one custard shop too, and it's real nice and rich and creamy. But anyway, I love that. What kind of ice cream do you all like out there? Tell us, tell us. Let's
I
see.
can't say it too loud because the kids might hear and want some
Oh,
ice cream.
they'll be like, "Ma, did you just say on that show that you were going to get us some Oreo ice cream?" So now, right after, you have to get some ice cream, right?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said that they like Bluebell homemade. Mel Max says they like Bluebell homemade. Oh, butter pecan. You know what? I was eating butter pecan so frequently, but then I realized I have an allergy to certain things. I was like, what? I used to tell my mom when I was younger, Shira, that Mom, I feel like I'm choking. She was like, Kim, stop being so dramatic.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not being dramatic. I would roll the window down, like after we came from a drive-through or something, and I would get a milkshake, different things. And I was like, I feel like I'm choking. She was like, you've been way so dramatic. And come to find out I had an allergy to it. So, Mom, I was not being dramatic. Okay, some people say they like vanilla cone from McDonald's. Mint chocolate chip, Julie said. Who else? Who else? Amaretto. Amaretto ice cream. I do not like amaretto seasonings, whatever that stuff is. I don't care for that, but it's okay. Love the red glasses, Kim. Allison, thank you. I just gave you a shout out for being one of our online financial contributors. You are amazing and you always support the program. And when I get a moment to just say thank you, I just say thank you. That's all. Like sorbet, a little less guilty for the hips. Okay.
I know that's right.
My mom, butter pecan all day long. I knew you were going to say butter pecan. LMA, LMA. Yes, mean chemical cream. What is that? Chemical cream. You mean chemical cream. God is not telling you to eat junk food. Okay, Wanda, don't be judging. I'm reading it like it's a real question. Okay, so we have a live one here. We have Wanda who is saying, stop eating that junk food, y'all. Okay. Wanda, I see you. I see you. Okay, we listening to you. I don't eat it that much anymore because I'm trying to be mindful. Yes, me too. The red glasses, my homemade ice cream. You make ice cream, Tony? Depend on how you feeling, girl. Don't start nothing. All right. All right, y'all. That's enough of the ice cream talk. But that was fun. Oops, I diagnosed. I don't know what that means, Mom. My mom now, you know what? Oh my gosh. I bet you my mom is probably saying I digressed because she does that with words. So just Mom, we'll talk later. I know my mom, she'll put like, you know how people say Shira hated it back in the day?
Yeah,
Do you ever
yeah.
remember that? Do you remember
Yeah.
that? Okay. So if you're like, hated it, hated it. Well, my mom would say, hey, Lynette. She
Oh.
didn't know that they were saying hated it. She was like, hey, Lynette. I was like, who is Lynette? Anyways, it's a whole personal joke thing. Yes, laugh out loud. Love you too. Love you too. And love supporting. You have my support. Watching from Guyana today. Allison, yay. Thank you for tuning in. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see you, Queen Kim, and guest greetings from Seattle. All right. Memphis is in the house as well. Mel Mack said he loves the show, or she loves the show. I'm not Mel, could be universal. All right. Yep. I say hated it all the time, Tony said. All right. Whew, Shira, what I want to know next from you is with the agency that you've started, it's called Destin's Choice?
Yes.
Or is it She Talks With? Okay, so with Destin's Choice, what have you found to be the thing that's helped you stay in a thriving situation during the midst of all of the things that's happening across the land?
I think just by having that transparency and open communication with my clients and my employees. So I think those two things has helped
That really
us.
made a difference.
Yes.
Okay. So with Destin's Choice, what do you see as the future of Destin's Choice?
So I see us globally and overseas as well. So our ultimate goal is to provide quality nurses to the overseas, to all the Caribbean islands, and even go to Africa, the UK, just to make that impact.
Excellent. And you know what? I really see that too, especially from you coming from an island. Imagine going back and helping your fellow islanders and being able to bring what your gift and your talent is to help that area. I think I am super excited about it. Now, have you looked into how to make that possible, to make it more global?
Yes. So
Okay.
that's what I'm working on right now. And my ultimate goal was to go back home and provide those nurses and just make a difference in that community. So
I'm excited. I'm excited about you, Shira, and everything that you're doing. Is there anything that you didn't share throughout the broadcast that you're like, I really should have said this and I didn't get to talk about it? What is it that you want to share?
I think we covered everything.
You covered everything. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm excited that you have utilized this opportunity to really get your point across, to let people know She Talks Business. Why She Talks Business? I wanted to know why you named it why you even say She Talks Business. Why that concept?
Because once I was introduced to business, I feel that was a game changer for me. I felt like it was natural because I got to express my creativity. I get to actually be that leader that I was yearning for when I was a nurse. So just integrating the two, I think that's super powerful.
I am so proud of you taking that step from nursing, but not going too far from out of your field, because you're now helping nurses with Destin's Choice. And so I do want to make sure you all again know how to stay connected with Shira. Tell everybody how they can stay connected with you one more time.
So you can connect with me on Facebook at Shira Destin, on Instagram, She Talks Business. Also check out my website, which is shetalksbusiness.org. I also teach others how to launch their agency as well. So that's one thing that I failed to
That's
mention.
important. I was going to say, I read that. So you, not only is she doing an agency that helps nurses in particular in the Georgia and the Texas area, but she does train you if you're interested in starting your own agency somewhere around the world. Make sure that you connect with Shira by visiting her website, shetalksbusiness.org, and setting up a 60-minute. See, I read your stuff, so I'm going to be your agent, right? So setting up a 60-minute consultation with her. She offers that through her website. I was looking through everything earlier, and I absolutely love everything that you're offering to up and coming entrepreneurs. I did also want to mention that some of the additional tips that were shared with Cassandra sending them to us, skillsyouneed.com, to make a change to being a full-time entrepreneur. Talk to people that are in your desired field to learn the pros and the cons. And do you really know what you're getting into? That's one. Number two was, once you know what you want, you have to visualize it. Don't just sit there and think about it for a minute or two, but document what you're visualizing and writing it and sketching it out. Number three was, start taking advantage of your day jobs resources, because resources, large companies offer things like reimbursement, continuing education, and so forth. And then number four was, slow and steady progress will get you there. Find a mentor, even if you have to pay for one. And so I'm going to make sure that I put this QR code up here, and I'm actually going to put the source in this link so that you all will have it. You can go back and later reference it. Thank you so much, Cassandra, for doing that.
And I think that's huge, Kim, when you said pay for the mentorship. Paying is huge. Sometimes we look at it as an expense, but just changing that perspective and realizing, if I pay for this, how much will I yield in return? So this is just a payment. This is just an investment into my success.
I love that. I love what you're saying.
It's not about the money. It's about what you gain and where you want to be.
That's good. Very good. And so what I'll do is I'm going to put this QR code here in case you all want to screenshot it, and you'll know exactly where we got the information from. Go ahead and screenshot that. It'll take you to where we got some of this 5 tips if you're transitioning from a full-time career to entrepreneurship. Okay. All right. And I want to share something in case you're interested in a different field. Maybe you're interested in starting your own show from scratch, but you don't know what to do. Maybe you want to get your story, your brand out to the world. All of us have a story to tell. So I'm going to play this by Les Brown, and we're talking briefly here, and we'll be right back to talk with Shira after this video. Jacobs, the host of the Kim Jacobs Show, and you all know who's right here with me, Dr. Les Brown. How are you, Dr. Brown?
I'm blessed and highly favored. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time you want to give yourself a competitive edge. If you got a message, you have some knowledge or experience, a story, or if you want to do something adventurous and exciting with your life that can increase your credibility, expose you to millions of people, I am encouraging you to have your own talk show. I used to have a talk show. That one talk show catapulted me to another level. Now there are more people watching the internet, as you are aware, than television. Yes. Come on, somebody.
That's right.
Dr. Kim Jacobs, she trained people on how to have their own talk show. She will train you how to do that. And now with me partnering with her, now you have the combination of an audience, expansive audience. We have over 4 million people in all of our platforms, and the coaching you need to grow your business, to grow your multi-level marketing organization, to draw more attention to yourself in this noisy economy. Go ahead, Kim.
So in the training that I do, Les, I actually do a 6-week training. It's 1 hour per week. And each week I meet with the individuals one-on-one. We go through and we talk about all of the things that's necessary for a show to become a reality. We go from how to actually identify your focus area, what's going to be your ideal customer that's going to be tuning in. We'll talk about how to get guests, how to get sponsorship, how to go about getting your lighting, your branding, and your banners, and everything that you need to know. And guess what, Les? They own their own content at the end of the day.
And that's exciting. Now, if you're ready to create a shift in your business and in your life and increase your cash flow, I want you to go to KimJacobsConsulting.com. It's right there on the screen, KimJacobsConsulting.com. You know, people say opportunity knocks on every door. Right. No, opportunity stands by silently waiting for you to recognize it. So I want you to recognize that this is a time for you. This is an incredible time to have your own talk show. It establishes a level of credibility.
Yes.
And by being exposed to people on a regular basis, it allows you to strategically begin to impact and attract your audience. She can take you in a place in yourself that you can't go by yourself. So go to KimJacobsConsulting.com. That's KimJacobsConsulting.com. Did I say KimJacobsConsulting.com? Yes, you did. Very good. Make sure you go there and sign up for the coaching, and we're looking forward to working with you. You have something special. You have greatness within you. That's my story, and that's Kim's story, and we're sticking to it. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone. Listen, make sure that you take advantage of visiting KimJacobsConsulting.com. It's right here on our screen. And sign up and get financed. We actually have a finance option for you as well. So if it doesn't work for you to pay right out of pocket, then go apply for the finance option because it does work for you. Okay. All right. So Shira, tell us one last thing that you'd love for everybody to know about you.
So what I want you all to take away from this interview is just to have faith and courage. I keep reiterating it because these two are essential, especially in these times that we're going through right now. Just have faith and courage. Do things that you want to do. So instead of being repressed and going according to what society thinks you should do or what your friends and family think you should do what you truly want to do. Because what we learned from the pandemic is we don't have control of our environment, but we can have control of ourselves. And we don't know if tomorrow is promised. So just do what you are yearning to do.
Yeah, you can't get it better spoken than She Talks Business. I think she did an amazing job of talking business, especially Destin's Choice business and all that it has to offer. I want you all to tune in tomorrow. Joy from Be the Difference. Be the difference. Yes, she's talking about some clothing, but she's also going to be talking about being the difference overall. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to hear her story. And then on Thursday, show up and love. Lorian Patterson will be here. She's an amazing best-selling author, podcast, and TV show host, as well as CEO and founder of a nonprofit organization. So I hope that you all will show up as well and just have love. We're going to hear that on Thursday. Friday, we have our Freestyle Friday experts that will be tuning in, and we have some amazing experts lined up for you. The one that came on to talk about how to get funding for your for-profit business and your not-for-profit business, Dr. Stacy Lang will be here on Friday, so you don't want to miss that. Phil Walters, a man that lives blind, but he's full of vision. He's going to be here. Athena Robertson, our sunshine expert. We have Adrian Brown. People are going back to school. and she is the homeschool mom of 8 that knows homeschooling like the back of her hand. Tracy Randolph was a cancer survivor and totally reset her life. So she's the reset expert. Make sure you're in your seat on Friday. We look forward to seeing you. All right, Shira, thank you for being amazing.
Thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all in the virtual studio audience for tuning in today. We appreciate you. And we'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Wait a minute. People said, what happened? Somebody said a comment. Oh, it's my mom. Huh? My mom is saying something, a whole paragraph. I can't get off without putting this up because she'll be like, what? I hit the send button before I finished my statement. Oops. I'm sorry. I misdiagnosed your allergy to pecan versus being dramatic. You are so much like Aunt Irma. I was thinking dramatic is what you were doing. Praise God, you made it through the allergies, but you are still like your Aunt Irma. Okay. All right. I am like my Aunt Irma. Got it. Thanks. Happy August to you, Linda, as well. I see all of your comments. I see everybody. So thank you all. Enjoy whatever flavor of ice cream you're going to be enjoying today. Thank you, King, for being backstage. Thank you, Mackenzie, for being backstage as well and helping with the Kim Jacobs Show. Everybody, thank you. Thank you, Shira. Thank you. I'll see you backstage in a second. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show.